Just another hopeful fool in love. The only thing I share is life. The only thing that I give is love. To be black or not to be black. That is the question. Moreno or Negro is both the same. Nigger or nigger or neither. In the pecking order in our social hierarchy, the negative connotation denotes a human stain. Is it better to be a Nubian or Kemetic king, a Moor, a Omed G, Otto Tonkin, or pre-Adamite? Is this narrative the prophetic answer, or is it the same, just a little fancier? We've been Christian, we've been Muslim, even Israelited. Scribes and friars alike were commissioned and appointed protectors of the Indians, a reconnaissance mission, imperative to infiltrate our inner sanctum in order to teach us about salvation, to gain our trust. We were casualties of war. Most of us wasn't taken from our native homeland, then transported to a new world. That myth should be a bust. Conquistadors and pirates became colonizers that changed our language, subdued our culture, usurped our story, stole our birthrights directly from us. I would be remiss not to mention that willful ignorance is bliss, not downplaying a peculiar institution, how some Southerners refer to what slavery was and still is, relegating all factual events to migrant African workers after immigration. Such arrogance, gross negligence, disregard for checks and balances, scores of misinformation in textbooks such as Prentice Hall's classics, A History of the United States, published by Pearson. This is the very definition of cognitive dissonance. Whenever asked to address the allegations honestly, the initial response is allegedly, deflecting the question totally, an act of shifting the blame on others, never accepting responsibility, never giving an answer directly, beginning all statements with a counter question or no comment or I don't know, all in upholding the sanctity of the status quo. What does it mean to be captured, to be slaughtered, to be altered, to be led astray, to be downgraded to 3/5 of man, allowed only to labor, breed, and pray? The 13th derailed the intent of the rebellion. The Emancipation Proclamation was a stunt politically that put the kibosh on our sovereignty, a social economic move by a capitalistic country, ensuring that the revolution for our civil liberties will continue to this day, only to be intimidated by a Confederate nonconformists afraid that their positions would be taken away. The hands that picked cotton had to dig themselves out from under all that bureaucracy. Being free on paper was transparent. They still had to endure being victimized by a system constructed on the foundation of hypocrisy. Shrouded under the wide net of Jim Crow, segregation, vagrancy laws, all because our skin resembled burnt brass, hair like lamb's wool, truly molded by the Creator's hands out of clay. Sauntering along with scars from lashes by crackers, all the while overcoming the syndrome of Willie Lynch, forging forward with hopes of freedom in the spirit of the Haitian Revolution. Morris science, Garvey-eyed pride, NOI instilling the value inside downtrodden men, centuries upon centuries of turmoil and conflict to be considered a human being again. Ancestors, help me. Remember that I'm a king and I. Ancestors, help me understand that our queens represent the earth. Please open my mind. Ancestors, help me remember that out of a womb man birthed the entire universe. That fact has been forgotten through time. Ancestors, help me overcome their agenda. For far too long we've all been blind. Ancestors, help me remember I surrender. Open mind's eye. Ancestors, help them remember there are neighbors in the hood too. Ancestors, help us. We've suffered long enough. It's time. Just another hopeful fool in love. The only thing I share is life, and the only thing that I give is love.